I want to talk to you about smuggling donkeys. You've been wanting to know about smuggling donkeys for a long time, but you didn't know it. And I'm going to tell you now everything you need to know about smuggling donkeys and its effect on your self-consistency. Here's the deal. There's a Middle Eastern story. It's from the Sufi origin, and it says there was a man named Nasrudin who, for 30 years, every day, crossed the border of Afghanistan and was taking with him all these donkeys. And every donkey was loaded with packs. And every single day, since they were sure he was smuggling something, the border guards forced him to unload the donkeys, take everything out. They searched all the packs looking for the contraband. And for 30 years, they found nothing. But at the end of 30 years, Nasrudin announced that he was retiring and he would no longer be crossing the border with the donkeys. And they said to him, "Look, Nasrudin, we know you've been smuggling. I mean, we're sure of it. You come every day, you got the packs, you got the stuff. 30 years, who would take donkey? What's going on? Come on, level with us. We won't arrest you now. You're retiring, blah, 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 blah." What were you smuggling? Nasrudin says, donkeys. How does that apply to you? The way you're going to fool the self-consistency police, the border guards inside you, is to do something that has a little distraction element. I'm really telling you this story to strengthen the idea that you can get around self-consistency by doing something that looks completely different than what you've made it look to be to the self-consistency police inside you. Like by going in a new kind of innocent direction rather than going against a habit and resisting it, you can find a way to be doing new things that kind of go unnoticed because they're kind of hidden because they're so obvious. It's like the thing that's so obvious that you miss it. And always the thing that's obvious, really obvious, is the thing that gets in our way because it's so obvious we stop noticing it. We stop looking. We don't even pay attention to the most obvious thing about our behavior, about our choices, about how we limit ourselves continuously, over and over again, continually. And the way around that lid we keep on ourselves in self-consistency is to do what I said. In some way, do something that disguises a new direction. I hope this makes it clear. I wanted to add this story because it's one of my favorite Middle Eastern Sufi stories. And Nasrudin is such an interesting character in that literature. But he's always doing something that's remarkably simple that gets around some problem or repeats a very stupid error. Either way, you learn by Nasrudin's stories. I hope you learned something from this one. Since you're a high achiever, you may know about this. High achievers often hit a wall. They're going along, they're having one success after another, and then suddenly something happens and they grind to a halt. And it's confusing because they're not sure what it is they've done wrong, if it's anything. They just know that they're not moving anymore the way they're used to moving, the way they have moved in the past. If you've run into like what seems like a ceiling over you, and you're kind of in a fog and you're mystified as to what's getting in your way, you can even kind of slide into a swirl of doubts and wonder if you've ever really achieved anything significant at all, and whether any of your amazing achievements that you've done were anything but kind of fronting or a little bit of a fraud. That is really negative and pernicious, and it doesn't have to be that way. I want you to go get a free report from me. Go to drkenchristian.com/breakthrough and receive from me this free report with action steps that are going to tell you exactly what to do now to get you going.